Hello, everyone. Oh, I'm so excited. The time is now. The time is here. We live in the future. I don't have a PlayStation, but I've learned about this thing called PS Now, which has actually been around for several years. I'm just way behind on it. It is a subscription service, basically, where you can play a library based on a sub. So I decided to try that out, and this means I can finally try Bloodborne, which is a game I've wanted to play forever, never have had the chance to, and very eager to get into. So yeah, let's get into it. I'm kind of concerned about online play. Similar to Dark Souls, it has asynchronous multiplayer, but you know, let's take the risk. This is a risky playthrough for a whole bunch of reasons, but we'll get into that later. So let's do online. Welcome to Online Mode. Online play adds a whole new dimension to Bloodborne. Be sure to enjoy this exciting feature responsibly and to treat your fellow players with respect. Okay, I'm trying to figure out, by the way, how to get... I hope my mouse isn't being captured. I don't think it is, but the PS Now thing is at the top, so hopefully that doesn't pop up too much. Okay. I also don't have a PlayStation controller, so I'm gonna have to like interpret the controls a little bit. So hopefully that's not too much of an issue. System controls. Well, I haven't played it before, so I don't really know. Environment, subtitles, yes. I think we're fine. I'm gonna increase the brightness just a little bit, and we'll see how that goes. Network. Sure. Let's just make sure we have these to English. It's funny that it specifies the text is United States, but the voice is United Kingdom. I don't know if I've ever seen that menu. I guess they have British accents. Okay, everybody, let's dive into Bloodborne, and I'll talk a little bit about my relationship with this game, but let's get through the first few bits. We already did this. Next. We looked at these. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Pale blood. Well, you've come to the right place. Yharnam is the home of blood administration. You need only unravel its mystery. But where's an outsider like yourself to begin? Easy, with a bit of Yharnam blood of your own. But first, you'll need a contract.
Okay, on to character creation, everybody. I really should have come up with a plan before I got into this. Let's go with the name. Let's see. Let's do a, Luther. I just looked over at my shelf. There's this kind of classic Brian Talbot comic from the 80s called Luther Arkwright. And that seems like a good enough name for a Bloodborne character. So let's go. Gender. It doesn't really matter too much, but I feel like I tend to do male characters. Like all my Dark Souls playthroughs are male characters, so let's do a lady. She looks great in this suit, so I'm very into this idea. Age, mature, young, matured, or aged. Let's go with mature. Origin. Origin, this is essentially class. I don't think it matters that much, but, you know, like a Souls game, it affects your starting stats. It doesn't affect too much, but let's think through what we got. So we start off with milquetoast, ordinary, happy upbringing, all attributes average. Lone survivor. Lone survivor of lost hamlet, high life essence and vigor. Troubled childhood, suffered misfortune in youth, highly resilient as a result. Violent past, terribly violent past, rash but stronger for it. Professional, born specialist, fit for sleuthing or academia. Military veteran, experienced in war, a soldier with strength and skill. Noble scion, scion to a respectable line with faith in your pedigree. Cruel fate, faced terrible hardships, but now confident in your purpose. Waste of skin, you are nothing, talentless, you shouldn't have been born. Waste of skin is the only one that's kind of like the, I don't want to say it's a meme per se, but it's like deliberately like harder than all the others. Like you'll see all of these, the very top listing is a level. All of them start at level 10, except for Waste of Skin, which starts at level 4. The equivalent of this in Dark Souls is called the Deprived, who likewise is kind of meant to be this like almost challenge class to go into. So I didn't really look at the stats as I was reading through each of these, though we're already getting a little bit of lore we can touch on later, but in particular the lone survivor of Lost Hamlet specifically seems to be a reference to the story of one of the DLCs. He also starts with higher blood echoes than any other class. Oh, well, not any other class, but a lot of other classes. Blood echoes are experience points in this game for anyone who hasn't played it before. I haven't played this game before as well. I guess I should get that right out of the way. I know a ton about this game, but because I've never owned a PlayStation, I've just thought to myself I was never going to have a chance to play it. I was holding out the hope for a PC release someday, but I'm kind of tired of waiting. So after I saw this PS Now thing, I was like, okay, let's just get into this. Let's try it out. So I know the whole story. I'm not going to be good at the game because I've never played it, and I don't necessarily know all the routes, but I know some of the secrets. I know some of the things we're going to have to do. And I know a lot about the story. We'll talk more about that once we get into the game, but running through the stats real quick, we have blood echoes, so there's a variety of different starting points for how much currency we have essentially at the start of the game. We'll use it for both leveling up as well as weapon upgrades and things. Vitality, of course, is going to be your health. Endurance is literally an endurance bar, like how many strikes and dodges can you do between needing your endurance to recover. Strength, pretty straightforward. Strength-based weapons will scale with the strength stat. Skill is in Dark Souls games or a lot of other RPGs would be called like dexterity or something equivalent to that. So skill is for skill-based weapons. So strength-based weapons will be like big heavy axes and things. Skill-based weapons will be like more like, I don't know, like a rapier or like whip type weapons, like these very like refined kind of things. Blood tinge and arcane are kind of the strange ones. So blood tinge pertains, I believe, to these kind of beast weapons, kind of these like weapons driven by emotion and this kind of like natural feral rage or something. It also affects how much damage your gun does, because your gun is actually loaded with your blood, or it kind of can be. And then arcane is your magic stat. I think I'm probably going to do a strength build, which is like a little bit boring in a sense, but for a new player to the game, it seems like the most viable thing. Military veteran is kind of interesting. high strength, decent skill. It seems, even from all of the playthroughs of this game that I've seen other people do, the blood tinge and arcane paths are actually like pretty obscure. Like they're not as visible even as magic or faith builds are in Dark Souls. So let's see. So Violent Past has the highest strength, on top of which 12 and 11 for endurance and vitality. You're 14, 10, and 10. So let's actually, I think we're maybe gonna go with Violent Past. I start with slightly lower blood echoes, but it's also like, we're talking about the difference of a couple hundred right at the start of the game, so that's practically nothing. So let's actually just start here. And I think that's a good choice. Appearance time. Gender we already covered, age we already covered, voice. Mature voice, that makes sense. Not that we really speak, but and these are not super significant for the sake of it. I kind of like, I don't know, all of these are slim no matter what. I kind of like the way that burly lower body actually kind of like, maybe it's just because of this half cape, but I feel like it balances out the design a little better. Scale adjustment, I don't really want to get into this that much. I mean, we're gonna segment the video, so you guys can probably just skip to the next section if you don't want to be in here. Man, this is a rough character creator, huh? It is not the best. That's kind of a nice, I don't mind that, sure. Skin color, okay, so you can adjust these. Yeah. Face details, face presets. Wow, they're kind of rough. Features. Let's actually get a more masculine face, why not? I like that. Face shape, oh man. Okay, we could get really Monster Factory on this, but I don't really want to... I don't want to go crazy. I don't know if it matters that much. We're gonna be covered up in cool clothes most of the time anyway. Eye area, let's just darken around the eyes a little bit. Lipstick. Let's also darken the lips a little bit. I also think my base skin color I actually want to make a little bit paler. I might have gone a little too fleshed out. Okay, now here's the actual important stuff. So let's choose a hairstyle. Braid. Pretty cool. This is our default, which is okay. Loose. Short. Bun with bangs, sort of a bob with bangs, ponytail, short, other type of ponytail, undercut bob, sort of J-pop, messy, short. I like this one. She's gonna be cool and have a cool short hair. Also, I kind of like black, but I'm actually thinking let's actually go with white, so long as it's not like glowing. Though that's getting pretty glowy. Let's see. It's even. It's a little less intense. That's feeling good. Brow color, let's set to about the same. So let's do 130, 130, 130. Well, actually, we could probably drop it down and have this be a little bit darker. Like gray eyebrows. Eyelashes can stay the same. Pupils. Kind of like normal. Color. Let's give her some blue eyes. Oh, and I can actually individually adjust the eye colors. That's kind of neat. Not going to. Glasses. Let's go for glasses. She's cool. Ooh. No. No. The pince-nez are nice, but I kind of... I mean, we're going to be covered up most of the time anyway, so I don't know if it really matters that much. Tattoo or mark, anything... I like the idea that that's covered up on that one side. Cool. Let's save that. Okay, we have our character design, everybody. Let's go. Oh, I should change the first name, I suppose. Let's go with... Oh, I already have too many letters. Okay, everybody, so we are just going to be Lucretia. Which in my mind is a sort of a nod to Lucretia, My Reflection by Sisters of Mercy. Not, I know there's something else in pop culture where people more immediately associate the name Lucretia, but no, I'm going goth song. Finito. Let's go. Beast Roar, one of the forbidden hunter tools made by Irreverent Izzy. Borrow the strength of the terrible undead dark beasts, if only for a moment, to blast surrounding foes back with the force of a roaring beast. Oh, inflicted organ. Special material used in a holy chalice ritual. Oh, okay. Well.
Good. All signed and sealed. Now, let's begin the transfusion. Oh, don't you worry. Whatever happens, you may think it all a mere bad dream.
you found yourself a hunter.
Alright, everybody. We begin in Yosefka's clinic. We have awoken after signing a so-called contract. A werewolf, or something like a werewolf, attempting to get us. The sky and the cosmos are one. I can't rate this as fine or foul, I think, because I think I have... that requires me to use a PlayStation controller. That's unfortunate. So let's see what our controls are like, because I again, have never actually played this game. But, so excited to be in the space. So, run, run, run. Easy enough. Right bumper is attack. Right trigger's heavy attack. So that's just like Dark Souls. The left trigger is attack. Or left, yeah, and then left... Okay. Interesting. So left bumper switches weapon mode. Interesting. Does not open from this side. So we are in a decrepit kind of Victorian lab. We have a whole bunch of tools. We have some hacksaws on the bottom shelf there, alongside with some bottles. I just love all the details. I'm going to be spending a lot of time doing this, so if you don't like investigating the environment like this, everybody, you're not going to like my playthrough. I want to know all of these objects now that I can get up close and personal and look at them. We have what's kind of like an IV. It's like almost like a modern IV thing, so we're using gravity to drip these huge containers of blood. Those are gigantic. Those are like almost 2 liters each, probably, which is kind of crazy. We got a bunch of shelves full of stuff. Okay. Okay. Were there any other notes in here also? Oh, in the chair, inspect. Handwritten scrawl. Seek pale blood to transcend the hunt. So there's a note telling us that that's what we're supposed to do. Apparently a lot of people missed that note. I almost did. I only knew to look for it by its reputation of being something people often miss. Allegedly, I think I don't know if it was in an early version of the game or if it's something that like the director of the game just specified, but apparently that's either supposed to be your handwriting or something you yourself brought. It wasn't something that like somebody left for you, but like that's why you're in town. Beware of woman, reeks of liar. Okay. Beautiful setting, once again. Looking around, not so much. Oh, note. Oh yeah, that's just teaching us stuff. Got a pew here with another hacksaw. Bunch of objects. And there are mirrors across. And that's, oh yeah, click stick to lock on, or to recenter my camera, apparently. Okie doke. So we have a big medical hall. And we got a big werewolf just feasting on the dead bodies in this medical clinic, which we are gonna... We're gonna try to get past him. I don't know if he can run out here. I think he can. Quicksilver bullets, cool. Can you get out here? I don't think we can't go through here yet. This is like a tease. Yeah, closed by a device. So we dodged that werewolf, which is good. You're actually supposed to kind of die to him. That's another one of those things that, like, is sort of intentional. It's supposed to sort of, I don't want to say trick you, but it's like a lesson like people will try to like slap that werewolf, and you just, it's not impossible to kill him with your bare hand, but it's not easy. Time for nightmares, probably. Open the gate. Okay, now because I know other people's playthroughs and such of this game, I know certain things we can or should do. I will explore this area more, but what we are first going to do... I really want to explore this area. I really want to look at everything. But the first thing we're gonna do... Oh, poor horse. First thing we're gonna do, and hopefully not die while attempting it. Hi. Nope, nope, stop it. Ow. Please don't hit me. Haha. Okay, we got away. Oh, he's coming after me. Oh, and then we hear the screech. Okay, run, 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 run. Light the lantern. The lamp now transports you back to the Hunter's Dream. Upon death, you will awaken at this lamp. Return to the Hunter's Dream? Yes! Ha! Ha! Okay, we will explore the area, but like that, you're kind of supposed to die. You're supposed to die. That's like an important part of these games, is the cycling between life and death. And you are kind of supposed to die to the werewolf, and you don't have a weapon. So if you don't die to the werewolf, you'll probably die to those guys. Because if you're a new player, at least, you don't know anything about this game, you won't know to find that ladder, find the lantern, and when you die for the first time, you will automatically be transported here to the Hunter's Dream. Beautiful building. Oh, there's a specter. Somebody died here? Huh. I wonder what of. So, the Hunter's Dream. We have this beautiful garden, and then we have this very strange sort of psychic plateau in the distance. Oh, another specter. Somebody else died. We have all of these beautiful flowers. Lumen flowers, I believe what they're called. Notes. After taking damage from an enemy, there's a period of time in which attacking the enemy will return. In return, will restore a certain amount of your HP. R1, when next to staggered enemy, is a visceral attack. Shooting your firearm will interrupt and stagger an enemy when properly timed to their attack. Hitting an enemy from behind with a charge attack will cause them to stagger. Strong attack, hold to charge. Strong attack. Weapon transform, transforming attack. Cool. This gate is closed. So we have gates around a seeming nothingness. Giant landscape of fog that looks kind of like the primordial world, the age before fire, the age of ancients from Dark Souls. There's also a space like this in Sekiro. I would have to look more into, like, I wonder if it's like a Japanese cultural reference, because as European as this game is in its theming, there's been a lot of writing and discussion about the fact that like a lot of what happens in this game really is informed by Japanese culture, which isn't too surprising because it's made by a Japanese company. First ritual altar. A holy chalice is required to conduct a ritual. Same, and then for the others, etc. Oh. Hello, sir. Talk.
Aha. You must be the new hunter. Welcome to the Hunter's Dream. This will be your home for now. I am... Gairman. Friend to you hunters. You're sure to be in a fine haze about now, but don't think too hard about all of this. Just go out and kill a few beasts. It's for your own good. You know, it's just what hunters do. You'll get used to it.
It's funny, he says not to think about it too much, but we're going to think about everything too much, because I'm very into the lore of this game, so thinking way too much is order of the day. By with insight, this path appears linked to the nightmare, but there are no messengers. Then we got... We'll explore the space plenty, because we're going to be coming back to the Hunter's Dream regularly. Storage. Place items in storage, or retrieve stored items. So we can store these things, and then sort by all variety of different categories. Okay. Nope, knocking stuff over. Sorry. Workshop. Fortify weapons. Fortify weapons using bloodstones. So we can fortify stuff, repair. Memory altar. Workshop tool is required for this task. It's missing. Over here, what do we got? To escape this dreadful hunter's dream, halt the source of the spreading scourge of beast, lest the night carry on forever. Is there an item over here, or was it just that? Okay. An altar with a lady. Got some spider webs. Let's talk to you again, just to see what else you have to say.
This was once a safe haven for hunters. A workshop where hunters used blood to enhance their weapons and flesh. We don't have as many tools as we once did, but you're welcome to use whatever you find. Even the dog, should it please you.
You a creep, old man. So, yeah, we kind of walked past the doll. We'll go back around to her from the right direction. The doll will be becoming an NPC soon enough. For the time being, she's inactive, which there's some lore theories about why. But here's the doll. An abandoned doll. She is much beloved by the community. She is like a fascinating and interesting character. And we also have the Bath Messenger. Trade in blood echoes with messengers to buy and sell items. Purchase items. So we can purchase any variety of these things. And for now, I don't think that really makes any sense. And, oh. Sorry everybody, had a sneeze. We are being offered our first weapons by these messengers. Accept gift from messengers. Yes. The messengers offer you a trick weapon. Choose one. Trick weapons are wielded with the right hand and employed in beast hunting. So we have the saw cleaver, the hunter axe, and the threaded cane. How do I do... Okay. So, the attribute bonus there at the bottom refers to how this weapon scales. So you have the arm, you have the hand, you have the little bloodshot, and then you have the star. So basically, the saw cleaver has D scaling with strength, E scaling with skill, no scaling with blood tinge, and D scaling with arcane. This is D. This is also DED, slightly higher attributes required. And threaded cane is ECD. So as we level the weapons up, the scaling will increase, but like on the columns that we see there, physical attack 90 plus 7, right now for the saw cleaver, for example. That's 90 as the base damage, and then it scales an additional 7. So right now we're getting about 8%, maybe not quite 8% scaling. I guess it'd be like something close to that. Strength increase, or damage increase, I should say, as a result of our current stats. So basically, as our stats go up, that second column goes up. As we upgrade the weapon, the first column goes up. I am going to use the saw cleaver, which is much beloved in the community. What I was also going to do... Oh, there we go. Lore is what we're going to look for. So let's read through the lore real quick. You can just skip past this bit if you don't care. Saw cleaver. One of the trick weapons of the workshop, commonly used in the hunting business. This saw, effective at drawing the blood of beasts, transforms into a long cleaver that makes use of centrifugal force. The saw, with its set of bloodletting teeth, has become a symbol of the hunt, and only grows in effectiveness the more grotesquely transformed the beast. Hunter axe. One of the trick weapons of the workshop, commonly used on the hunt, retains the qualities of an axe but offers a wider palette of attacks by transforming, boasts a heavy blunt attack leading to high rally potential. No matter their pasts, beasts are no more than beasts. Some choose this axe to play the part of executioner. And lastly, the threaded cane. One of the trick weapons of the workshop, commonly used by hunters on their duties. Sufficiently deadly as a rigid-bladed cane, but also serves as a whip when its blade is split into many. Concealing this weapon inside the cane and flogging the beast with the whip is partly an act of ceremony, an attempt to demonstrate to oneself that the bloodlust of the hunt will never encroach upon the soul. So this is the skill weapon, essentially. I don't know really the difference between the hunter axe and the saw cleaver. They have similar stats to start, but this is technically a little bit higher damage, but people love the saw cleaver, so I'm going to go for it. Threaded cane is interesting, but I've heard it's maybe the worst of the 3 starting weapons, so we'll get the saw cleaver. And then we get gun. Messengers offer you a firearm. Choose one. Firearms are wielded with the left hand and employed in beast hunting. We have the hunter pistol and the hunter blunderbuss. The pistol, let's compare stats real quick. They have... The blunderbuss does less damage than the pistol, but I think it's maybe less damage per pellet that lands a strike. Because the blunderbuss is basically a shotgun, like it's short range but highly effective. The fact that the pistol does more damage seems really appealing, but the gun isn't actually meant to be like a weapon, as strange as that sounds. Like, people have done all gun runs, but the gun in this game is basically used for parrying, as I understand it. So I actually don't know which is the better option, so to speak. Like, the guns are, as said, kind of like a secondary system in this game. It's not necessarily like, I don't know. It's not necessarily like, I said, it's not a weapon. It's your shield. I'm probably gonna go with I'll go with the pistol. I don't know. And lastly, a notebook received from the messengers. Leave messages with these loyal servants. Share them with hunters in other worlds. So this is the online component. Notebook. Cool. Oh, I didn't read the lore of the thing. Inventory. Messengers are inhabitants of the dream who revere the brave hunters. Use them to send messages to other worlds. Leave notes with messengers. Read the notes left to messengers in other worlds, and rate notes to reach out to hunters across the planes of existence. Online use only. Cannot use this item offline. Hunter's Mark. Dangling upside down. Rune etched in one's mind. Symbol of a hunter. By focusing one's thoughts on this rune, a hunter loses all blood echoes, but awakens afresh as if it was all just a bad dream. So this is your this is your escape card. You lose your whatever currency you're carrying, but you can like get out of there, which for the most part isn't a great trade-off, but there might be circumstances where that's what you want. Especially like if you're not carrying many echoes and you're just like, oh, I don't want to be here, I'm just going to go somewhere else. Hunter pistol. Pistol made at the workshop for hunters stalking beasts. Hunter firearms are specially crafted to employ quicksilver bullets fused with the wielder's own blood, boosting damage against beasts. The pistol is quicker draw than the blunderbuss, allowing speedier response to attacks. Oh, well, that's good to know. If I had actually read these, I probably would have known that that's preferable as a parrying weapon. Black Hood. Hood worn upon waking to the nightmare of blood and beasts. Perhaps its wearer had to stay out the night and travel by cover of darkness. Without memory, who will ever know? Not typical clothing for Yharnam, we say of the foreign garb. Perhaps it is of foreign origin. It is said, after all, the traveler came to Yharnam from afar. Without memory, who will ever know? Bandage worn upon waking. Terribly worn and unsanitary. A faint memory recalls blood ministration, involving the transfusion of unknown blood, not long after the nightmare began. Foreign trousers. Not typical clothing of Yharnam. Okay, so that's the same text as the top. We have no blood gems, no Carol runes, no chalices. Hunter's Mark is a funny sort of reference to Berserk. We'll probably get to that later. Let me get stuff loaded up. I think that's how it works. Cool. So that transforms my weapon to make it long and powerful, but slower. And this is faster. And you can also transform mid-combo. So if I'm about to finish somebody off, I could do that on the last strike and maybe get a little extra damage. Okay, so you can step backwards, and step backwards slash is different. Step backward transform. Okay. Step backwards heavy attack. Yes. Okay, so all of these are quite different. Heavy attack, heavy charge. Okay. Oh, gun is left trigger. That's unfortunate. That's a waste of resources. That's okay. We're early. So we're probably not going to go that much further. We're not going to go that much further. It's very late at night. I shouldn't have started recording when I did, but let's just real quick start a quest line and I want to use my weapon on at least one or two guys. Let's take out the guys at the bottom of the ladder and maybe even go back and see if we can fight that werewolf. If we die, we die. That's fine. So let's start. We're going to try to keep an eye out for these red lanterns whenever we can see them, because they signify an NPC who's, I think, technically like burning incense or something, trying to keep beasts away, or like burning something.
Oh, you must be a hunter. And not one from around here either. I'm Gilbert, a fellow outsider. You must have had a fine time of it. Yharnam has a special way of treating guests. Well, I don't think I could stand if I wanted to, but I'm willing to help if there's anything that can be done. This town is cursed. Whatever your reasons might be, you should plan a swift exit. Whatever can be gained from this place, it will do more harm than good. Pale blood, you say? Never heard of it. But if it's blood you're interested in, you should try the Healing Church. The church controls all knowledge on blood ministration and all varieties of blood. Across the valley to the east of Yharnam lies the town of the Healing Church, known as the Cathedral Ward. And deep within Cathedral Ward is the old Grand Cathedral, the birthplace of the Healing Church's special blood, or so they say. Yharnamites don't share much with outsiders. Normally they wouldn't let you near the place, but the hunt is on tonight. This might be your chance. Across the valley to the deep within, I haven't heard that's your best bet if it's anything to do with unique types of blood.
Sorry about that. I thought it was the repeated voice line or something like one, so... Okay. So we now have a goal. Don't give up. Cool. Locked. We have a goal of a place to go. We want to find the Healing Church. Feasting waits ahead. We can go this way. Oh, and there is an item. Pebble. I believe pebbles are used for, Okay. I believe pebbles are used to draw aggro from enemies. So... Okay, one enemy down. So far we have like a perfect no-hit run. Cool. Not dropping any items. That's okay. Oh, item. Molotov cocktail, nice. And let us risk going to kill the werewolf. It's a tough proposition. We might die, but I kind of want to go for it. I want to see if it can be done. Oh yeah, okay, that was easy. Blood vials, nice. So, one thing I know about this game that's supposed to be kind of annoying is blood vials, which are your healing. You kind of have to farm them, like, as opposed to the Estus Flask in Dark Souls, which you just get refilled every time you're at a checkpoint. The blood vials are a consumable resource that, like, once you have used them all up, you're out of luck. Like, that's it. Like, enemies drop them. There's a few reliable places where you can find them. You can hypothetically also buy them. You can buy them from the messengers. I also want to take a look out over the beauty of Yharnam. Pretty incredible, right? We'll talk about Yharnam a lot more in coming videos because I know quite a bit about the lore. There's a lot to say, there's a lot to look at, and I really want to, like, get into some of these cool details of the environment. This is going to be the start of the first video. This is a short one, or maybe a short one. I actually don't know how long I've been recording. But the actual gameplay will really be starting next game, or next video, I assure you. You know, we'll actually dive in and see how far we can get with... Oh, no hit run is ruined. See how... Oh, I rallied, actually, so I technically have full health still. Neat. We'll see how far we can get in the foreboding city of Yharnam. But thank you so much for watching, everybody. We'll see you next video. Take care. Bye-bye.